Wow. That was good. That was good. This game was only a little frustrating, but ultimately, like, worth it. I hear the sequel is even better, and we might play that at some point. That was good. That was good. So, y'all, once again, the suffering is totally free. I guess we're gonna get a rating when we're done, because it depends on, like... Yeah, let's see. We'll get the Monsters Archive and Torque's Family page, but the ending depends on how I interacted with other people in the game. And there's a bunch of endings. Oh, we got the good ending. Okay, cool. There's good ending, there's bad ending, and there's neutral. Wow, okay. Yeah, different endings. Super cool. Wow, yeah, okay, so, I mean, so The Suffering, I would say, is a pretty damn good survival horror game. It's not, like, amazing, and it's definitely different than Resident Evil, Silent Hill, Haunting Ground, Fatal Frame. Like, it's not that style, but I think it's cool, and it definitely makes you feel like a badass. I love being able to turn into a monster and having to strategize when that happens based on when you build your meter. In that way, it's almost like a you know, like more of a beat 'em up game, or in almost like a fighting game to an extent, because you have to worry about your meter. The weapons are pretty good. The sound design and the scares are good. The enemies were all designed by, the creatures were all designed by Stan Winston, who did like Jurassic Park, Aliens, The Thing, Predator, Iron Man, Edward Scissorhands, etc. It's kind of amazing, actually. So shouts to him for that, because the designs, I mean, there weren't like a fuck ton of enemies, but the ones that they had that were there were cool. Yeah, I like this. This was cool. I think this is at least worth a playthrough for anybody who likes horror games, for anybody who likes bloody stuff, for mature rated games. Definitely not for kids. Definitely gruesome on all levels. I mean, even the good ending showed me the whole thing that happened, which itself is traumatizing, you know. But also, as far as like, you know, scary, creepy games go, games for Halloween, this makes a good one, I would say. Yeah, I can't believe I got the, I can't believe I got the good ending, actually. But I guess it's because I helped everyone at least once, even if they died in captivity. I didn't kill the caged enemies. Yeah. And I helped the 3 guys in the cave, so I think that's why. That's what it seems like. Yeah, this game is cool. I don't know if, you know, I feel weird about rating games, but I would say this is pretty good. It's about as good as Fear or Condemned on Xbox 360. Those were also great horror games. So I don't know, maybe this is a great game. There are definitely frustrating points. Certain things, it's like, you're not going to figure out what to do unless you shoot this one thing or you press this one switch, and sometimes that kind of like, I don't know, some of that I probably might have figured out with more time, but it got to a point where I was like, what am I doing? A couple different times. Not enough to make me hate the game, and not enough to make me call it a bad game, but if you don't like getting lost in games, you know, just pull out a guide, honestly. Like, I didn't read the whole guide, and I didn't spoil anything for myself necessarily, but, you know, having a text guide just to be like, what do I do in this part? In this one part, just so I can proceed and continue having fun, it's beneficial to have that, you know. That's why we have game facts, y'all. The guide I used for this game is this one. It's nice and simple. It's like 50 kilobytes. It's straight and to the point, and those are my favorite kind of guides. So yeah, getting the good ending felt good. I'm not gonna lie. Now we got archives. So we got Clem's Notebook, which is the book that we found. Is that all we have?
Contained in these pages are my observations of the bizarre creatures that have appeared on Carnate Island since the cataclysm struck. The creatures emerge in a variety of ways, but many of them appear to come from within the island itself, as if the very earth of Carnate were poisonous and vile. Though I scarcely have time to keep a journal
I can't believe he
like
reads
this,
this.
trying to keep myself alive, my inquisitive nature forces me to write down what I see, in the hope that I might better understand it. But how can this unspeakable horror possibly be understood? It is as if Carnate's horrific sins, both past and present, are being brought to life in a pageant.
Carnate Island, like incarnate? Wow. Okay, what else is there? Anything? Nope. Let me look here real quick. Oh, here we go. Consuela's journal.
When Ernesto took his job at Abbott, I was far from excited. When he told me we would need to move to Carnate Island as well, I was not happy at all.
We randomly
but I tried
have
to find a good side to
the guy at
situation.
the end of the game
I've always
who,
been interested in the
died.
history of unique places.
We randomly have
what
his
kind
wife's
of history would
journal.
we find on Carnate?
Like,
This scrapbook project was
okay.
started primarily to fill my time here, but also so I could record what I had discovered. In my exploration of the island, I uncovered many of Carnate's secrets. Though I record them here, I do not think I will tell the world about what I have found. Carnate is a place whose secrets are best kept to itself.
Yeah, for real. Okay, that's random that you have Consuela's journal. That's really bizarrely random, but okay. Like, all right, I'm not gonna argue with it. Let me see if there's anything else that I can touch. Nope, that's it. All right, y'all, that was The Suffering. The sequel is called Ties That Bind, and that one is, or it was like $3 on GOG, but now it's delisted, which is why I got these games a couple months ago, because I knew that was going to happen. But I did get Ties That Bind. So at some point, maybe next year, or maybe at some other point when I feel like continuing, we'll do The Suffering 2, Ties That Bind, which I heard is better. And instead of being just on the prison island, it's in a whole city. So there's like more to it. And apparently the sequel is better in every way. So maybe we will, I actually look forward to that. Because like, this was good enough for me to be like, okay, I enjoyed myself. And a sequel that is proposed to be better, like, I'm down, you know?